Welcome back to Stoic Mindset, where we explore the wisdom of ancient philosophers to help you navigate life's complexities. Today's topic is delicate and deeply personal, one that many people fear but also need to understand: the subtle signs of infidelity. Relationships can be tricky, and sometimes things don't feel quite right. However, it's essential to remember that these signs are not guarantees of betrayal, but may indicate that something is off. As always, Stoicism guides us to remain calm, thoughtful, and composed. So, let's explore these signs together and how we can approach them with rationality and grace. Sign 1. Change in communication. Communication is the heartbeat of any relationship. We connect through words, looks, and shared experiences, so when that connection weakens, it's only natural to feel uneasy. If you've noticed a change in how she communicates, perhaps she's more distant, talks less frequently, or avoids certain conversations, it's important to pay attention. But, as Stoics, we don't react impulsively. We pause. We reflect. A sudden change in the way she talks to you doesn't necessarily mean something is wrong, but it's worth acknowledging. Stoicism teaches us to handle the situation calmly. Instead of letting emotions lead, try this. Ask her about her day. Engage her in meaningful conversation. If something has changed, she may open up. But remember, approach this with kindness, not suspicion. Simply say, "I feel like we've been talking less lately. I miss our conversations. Is everything okay?" By remaining calm and open, you create space for understanding instead of building walls of mistrust. Sign 2. Guarded with technology. In our modern world, our phones, tablets, and computers have become extensions of ourselves. They hold our thoughts, messages, and daily lives. But what if she suddenly becomes guarded with her devices? Is she more protective of her phone, changing passwords, or keeping it out of sight when you're around? Before jumping to conclusions, think about Stoicism's teaching of self-control. Perhaps she's going through something personal, or maybe it's unrelated to you entirely. Instead of confronting her with accusations, choose a softer approach. Mention that you've noticed a change, and ask if everything is okay. For example, "I've noticed you've been a bit more private with your phone lately. Is there something you're worried about or something on your mind?" This way, you initiate an open and honest conversation, showing that you care about her well-being rather than attacking her actions. Respect her boundaries, but seek mutual trust. Sign 3. Unexplained absences. Another sign that can stir concern is unexplained absences. If she's spending more time away without providing a clear reason, or has become unavailable during times when she used to be present, it can naturally create doubts. It's easy to let your mind wander into worst-case scenarios, but here's where Stoicism can be your strongest ally. Rather than letting those thoughts overwhelm you, take a breath and reflect. We can't control where someone is at all times, but we can control how we respond. Perhaps she's caught up with work, a new project, or spending time with friends. In these moments, trust and open communication are vital. Address your concerns without accusing. You might say, "I've noticed you've been away more often lately, and I miss spending time with you. Is there something you'd like to share with me?" This opens the door for an honest conversation without adding unnecessary pressure or suspicion. Sign 4. Changes in appearance. When someone suddenly starts paying more attention to their appearance, it can be a cause for reflection. Changes in grooming habits, style, or fitness routines might indicate that she's trying to impress someone, but it could also be a sign of self-care or a newfound confidence. We should celebrate these changes, not fear them. Still, if this change feels disconnected from your relationship, if it seems like she's dressing up more often or putting in extra effort, without including you in these moments. It might stir insecurity, but again, don't rush to conclusions. Instead, take a moment to appreciate her growth while gently asking about it. You could say, "I've noticed you've been putting extra effort into how you look lately. You look great. What's been inspiring you?" This way, you acknowledge the change, but from a place of admiration, not suspicion. It allows her to share her motivations and keeps the conversation open without sounding accusatory. Sign 5. Emotional distance. Emotional distance can be one of the most challenging signs to handle. You may feel a growing disconnect, as if she's pulling away emotionally, not as engaged in your conversations, or less interested in shared activities. In these situations, it's natural to worry, but reacting emotionally will only push her further away. In Stoicism, we learn the importance of patience and self-reflection. Before confronting her, ask yourself, have I been emotionally present? Have I been making an effort to connect? Relationships require mutual engagement, and sometimes we need to check in on ourselves before questioning others. Once you've reflected, approach her with empathy, not accusation. Say something like, "I've been feeling a bit of distance between us lately, and I miss our connection. How are you feeling? Is there something on your mind?" This opens up a space for her to express herself and allows you to reconnect without blame or pressure. Sign 6. New interests or hobbies. Another soul sign is when she starts developing new interests or hobbies that don't involve you. It's natural for people to evolve, and in healthy relationships, it's important to maintain individuality. But if her new interests feel like they're pulling her further away from you, it's worth exploring. Again, this doesn't mean something is wrong. Maybe she's seeking a sense of personal fulfillment, or perhaps she's found a new community that excites her. Instead of feeling threatened, take a stoic approach. Remain curious. Ask her about her new interests and, if possible, offer to be a part of them. You might say, "I've noticed you've been really into insert hobby lately, and I think that's awesome. Do you think we could try it together sometime?" By showing interest rather than suspicion, you build bridges of connection rather than walls of separation. Sign 7. Gut feeling. Finally, let's talk about intuition. Sometimes, even when there's no concrete evidence, you may feel that something is off. Your gut is telling you that something isn't right. But here's where Stoicism comes in again. Balance your feelings with reason. Yes, our instincts can be powerful, but they should not dictate our actions without thought. Before jumping to conclusions, reflect on what is causing this feeling. Is it based on observable changes, or is it coming from your own fears or insecurities? After taking time to reflect, approach the situation calmly. You could say, "I've been feeling a little off lately, like something has changed between us. Can we talk about how things are going?" This allows you to express your feelings without placing blame. It gives her the opportunity to share her perspective, and perhaps it's a chance for both of you to reconnect and reaffirm your relationship. Conclusion: as we wrap up today's episode, remember that these signs, changes in communication, guarded behavior with technology, unexplained absences, changes in appearance, emotional distance, new hobbies, and gut feelings, are not definitive proof of infidelity. They're simply indicators that something might be off. Stoicism teaches us to control what we can and accept what we cannot. You can't control someone else's actions, but you can control how you respond, with calm, grace, and rational thought. The key is open communication, not assumptions or accusations. By staying composed and patient, you allow space for understanding and clarity. Thank you for joining us on Stoic Mindset. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, Peace and resilience come from within. Stay strong, stay calm, and stay stoic.